Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long Bentos, 1975. A YouTuber's on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug him. Long Bentos, 1975.
Hey YouTube, Lawn Boys Post 1975 and welcome to another Fat Friday video. Series of videos where I take a look at some of the more interesting things you can find to eat in the high street. This is definitely one of those things. What I have this week is Fray Bentos all day breakfast. It's a pie in a tin and it's all day breakfast. I like pies. I'm dying already. I love all day breakfast. I mean, this literally has to be the greatest invention in the world ever. However, we'll be the judge of that slightly later on. For those of you who don't know what Fray Bentos is, I'm pretty sure if you're from the United Kingdom, you will know exactly what these are. These are like a guilty pleasure from our childhood. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say that they are a luxury pie. I mean, how much luxury pie do you get for £2? And it comes in a tin? I don't know, but they certainly were a treat for us as children. Fray Bentos began in Europe, hence the fact that, here you go, since 1881. They've been knocking around for donkey's years. But in their current form, basically meat products in tins, this is kind of, they set, you know, the style, if you will, in like the 1950s, 1960s in these countries. So they do a number of pies in tins. I quite like their pies in tins. They have a massive amount of puff pastry on the top once you bake them, obviously, and they do a bunch of really cool flavors. They do steak and kidney steak, chicken and mushroom, just chicken, and Balti. They do a Balti pie. Haven't had one of these in about 5 years now. I really am starving. You better be preheated. You were preheated, liar. It is the cooker of lies. Where you walk by it and a little blast of wind and apparently it decides that it's not preheated anymore. Anyway, right, so one of my subscribers told me about this and said, Dave, you do know that Fray Bentos do an all-day breakfast pie. So I had a look in the usual suspects, which is basically the supermarkets, the big four. Not one of them do it. They do all the regular Fray Bentos pies. How many times can I say Fray Bentos in this video? Probably quite a lot. But someone else pointed out that they're exclusives to B&M, and I want to say the Range. Is it the Range that has an Iceland in it? Anyway, I got this from B&M, my second favourite adult playground. I love B&M, I really, really do love B&M. £2 a pop, which is your standard price for a Fray Bentos pie. Said it again. Or 2 for £3. So I bought 2 for £3. Now, I have not watched any videos or reviews of this whatsoever. I'm not expecting it to be gourmet, but I do have high hopes. Now, let's see what it says on the back, just in case. All day breakfast pie. So basically, it contains 5% Cumberland sausage, 5% bacon, 3% black pudding, which is very interesting. When would you think you would ever eat a pie in your life with black pudding in? If you're not from the United Kingdom, you do not know what black pudding is, I suggest you look it up. It's quite interesting is what it is. Not a massive fan of it, but I do enjoy it if I have a full English breakfast. So therefore, I'm kind of impressed that they put it in here. Then the final ingredient would be beans, 7% in a tomato sauce, top with pastry. How to use, not how to cook. Remove lid using a robust tin opener. We highly recommend both the Fray Bentos Essential line and the Oxo Good Grips opener. Wow, it's a tin product and they actually recommend the opener. You're going to need to use it. I mean, the last time I opened one of these, I did it with this. we have a bunch of openers. We have an absolute bunch of openers. I did buy one today for this based on that when I saw on the back there it said it's you know, use a robust, if you will, tin opener. So last time I used one of these I pissed for it, so I don't know if they've updated this or something, but I mean it is a pretty substantial product. Now, nutritional information. Also, why not try our steak and gravy pie? Why not, indeed? Well, that depends on how well I like this, but yeah. Nutritional information per half pie. Energy, 153 kilojoules. So that's obviously double that. That's 300. Fats, 16.4 grams per half pie. There's a reason this is called Fat Friday. Of which saturates 2.7, so 5.4. Carbohydrates 41 grams. Holy cow! I'm just going to put it up, read it there. But yeah, safe to say this is not a healthy pie. But that's the thing about Fray Bentos. You wouldn't eat one of these every single day. They are a treat. Anyway, what are the cooking instructions? Now, obviously, I am preheating the oven, but oh, the light's gone out. Good for you. We all need life goals. Apparently you could do these in the air fryer, but I did, because I did Google it just now, but they said since there's no heating element on the bottom of the air fryer, it neglects the bottom of this. I am aware that it's obviously in a tin. So we're going to be doing it in that. Now, 25 minutes. Cook for 25 minutes. Place in a heated oven on a baking tray. Gas mark 7. 425 degrees Fahrenheit. I shouldn't have read that, for we cannot for the Fahrenheit. 220 degrees Celsius for 25 to 30 minutes. All the top is golden, brown and crispy. For fan assisted ovens, it's not that it's very, very small print. The light's reflecting off the grooves. Why are there grooves in it? I'm assuming that's something to do with pie production. For this is a partially cooked pie. We are not baking this from scratch. This is a partially cooked pie and it's baked in the tin. I'm guessing then when it cools down they put the lid on. I don't know, maybe I should Google it. It's probably quite an interesting process on how they make Fray Bentos pies. Anyway, so 220 degrees Celsius for we cannot for the Fahrenheit. 25 minutes. For fan assisted ovens, look up your manufacturer's guidelines. I hate it when they do that because when have you ever bought an oven? I mean, I did with my air fryer, to be fair, but tin pies isn't in it, and for the reasons I just mentioned. But when have you ever bought an oven where it said, oh, by the way, for every single product that you can buy out there, here's the timing and the temperature. You will need to do it according to the fan, speeding up, quickening the process, if you will. Because they don't. That's cheap, Fray Bentos. That's cheap. Anyway, before I crack into this, let's have a look at Eddie's Bar. Welcome to Eddie's Bar. I really need to stop. I am aware. I've got a problem. It's getting out of hand. I do have a couple of new additions to Eddie's Bar. Actually, this isn't a new addition. This is from B&M. This is going to be my spicy chicken. I'll be the judge of that. This is going to be my lunch at work tomorrow night. But I did pick this up in Tesco's. Dr. Will's, all natural, sriracha hot sauce for anything. Red peppers and habanero chili. 50% less sugar. I just saw it and I just thought, do you know what? I've got to try it. I like sriracha sauce. I'm not a massive fan of do I have it. If you get like stuff like this, I don't know, that's just chili sauce, but they do a sriracha in the World Food aisle in most supermarkets. I know hot sauce has got salt in, but whenever you get to like the Asian sauces, fuck me, they are loaded with salt to the point where you can just literally feel the water dissipating from your body as you eat it. And my God, does it taste like this. However, I did get this. I meant to get it in the run-up to Christmas at Bisto, Pigs in Blanket flavour gravy granules. And I completely forgot. And then I saw it in the reduced section last week. And I thought, well, you can't go wrong with those apples, can you? 10p. And also it says on the back, bacon flavour gravy granules. So, bacon flavour gravy granules. Absolutely sold. Shall we take a look at the weather? Now, obviously, you can hear, that's defrosting, by the way, that loaf of bread, because we freeze our bread in the freezer. You can hear the boiler clock. It's about 4-5 degrees out there. It was absolutely frosty as tits this morning. I mean, when I got up, it was about -5. You can see a little bit of frost kicking around all the way over there, but it's warmed up absolutely massively today. Also, it snowed on Wednesday, not a massive amount. It snowed for about an hour, but it didn't really pitch or anything like that because it wasn't freezing. But yeah, so I personally would not have the heating on for this weather, but you know, as you know, me and Robert, we do not feel the cold. But I don't like this. I just looked, I just googled Bristol weather for the rest of the day, and basically and tomorrow, and I'll be flipping my hours tonight, and tomorrow's going to be sunny all day. Don't like that. Sunny and, well, not warm, 5 degrees, but sunny and warmish. Not fan of those apples. Not fan of those apples at all. Alrighty then, so basically, let's crack this bad boy open, and I'm going to show you what Fray Bentos looks like before it's baked. And trust me, while I do like these, I generally do really like these pies, so I do have high hopes for this. As I said, I like pies, I like all day breakfast. So yeah, I do have high hopes for this, but even I can admit, before you bake them, they aren't the most attractive looking thing in the world. And also, if you've never had one of these and you expect it to look like a pie after it's baked once you've removed it from a tin, that's not what Fray Bentos pies are. They're more of a, how should I say this? I wouldn't say an acquired taste. They're not very pie-y, is what I'm trying to say, once you've finally got it from the tin. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is pastry around the sides and on the bottom of this. But yeah, compared to more traditional pie, I'm trying not to make it sound terrible. It might be terrible, I don't know. But Fray Bentos are unique, is the word I'm looking for. Fray Bentos pies are very unique. I mean, you had to grow up with them. I mean, don't get me wrong, like the pastry and shit's banging. I'll shut up now and just open the fucking pie, shan't I? Well, there's your pie, and you're probably thinking, you didn't film yourself trying to open it, did you, Dave? I did not, and there's a very good reason for that. This motherfucker was unbelievably difficult to get into it. I'll show you what I had to use. This bad boy, this is like a chef's own range. This bad boy couldn't even make a dent. This, not having a whiff of it whatsoever. I'm not making this shit up, mind. I'm not making this shit up. I almost tore my sack getting into this. This bad boy that we've had knocking around for 20 years that you could open a Sherman tank with, yeah, he wasn't interested either. We went proper old school with this, and this is like 40 years old, yeah. This, and I mean like grinding like a motherfucker. This was the only thing that got into this, and it was hard work. I'm gonna have to watch a couple of videos online now to see how fucking easy it was for them to get into it, because safe to say I made some effort here, and this shirked them all. Anyway, what does it smell like? It smells of beans, which, to be fair, it's tomato sauce. So it doesn't smell of beans, it smells of tomato sauce. It's kind of very gelatinous-y on the top, if you can see that. But yeah, honest to God, you can see like the shards of metal. I've checked the pie, but like literally the final bit we had to pry the lid off, because obviously you need it to rise. But yeah, I do not. Well, of all those, the last two that I showed you, I've used those for years getting into these, so I don't know what they've done for one of these bad boys. They've changed the recipe, they've changed the tin or something, but do you know what? We've just sent 13 tanks to the Ukraine. Fuck that. You want to send them crates and crates and crates of this shit, they can wear it on their persons. Ain't no fucking round the Russian Scot gonna get through one of these. Unbelievable. But it just smells of tomato. I am dying here because I'm always dying when I hold food products in my hand. But where is my phone? Here is my phone. What time is it now? It is 10 to 1. While I'm over here, do you remember what I said about they're unique and they don't normally resemble pies once you've got them out of the tin? This is your best friend for a Fray Bentos pie. Anyway, it is 10 to 1, so what did it say? It said 25 minutes, 220 degrees Celsius. That's a fan oven. So I'm going to do it for 25 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes I say. I'm going to do it for 25 minutes at 200 degrees, because you normally reduce the temperature by anything when it's a fan assisted oven, don't you? By 20 degrees. So yeah, it looks a bit sweaty. But I'm holding out because, as I said, I've had many Fray Bentos pies, especially as a child, and they always turned up banging. So let's bang this bad boy in. There is a baking tray in there, so it's easy to get out. Right, and then 25 minutes. So that's 1:15. But as always, I'll be doing these apples on my phone. I might take a peek at about 20 or so minutes, just to be on the safe side. But these things rise like bastards. Literally, they rise like bastards. So, stopwatch. Start. Right, so, maybe take a little bit of a look at 15 minutes, and we'll work out what we're going to do round about thorough. Well, you're not going to see fuck all through the door, so... Oof. Starting to rise. I mean, like I said, these things get huge, and look at it bubbling away. So I am going to rotate the pie. Excuse me one moment. I'll say rotate the pie. I'm going to... I read somewhere that you should do this. And do so in such a manner. See? Because it's whiter on one side, which is weird. There we go, because obviously it's a fan assisted oven. But yeah, I read somewhere that you should do this with Fray Bentos pies. Whether that's accurate, I don't know. Anyway, so 15:25. Yeah, we might even be going for, we'll check it on 25, but we might even be going for the half an hour. It smells even more banging, by the way, when I open the door. So we're coming up to 25 minutes. It smells pretty good in here, I'm not gonna lie. So let's take a look and see how the pie appears. Based on how brown the top is and how big the top is, we should be able to tell if it's been done. I don't really need to go for another 5 minutes. Ooh, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that that is done. I've had enough. Look at that. Oh, look at that. I've had enough Fray Bentos pies in my life to be able to judge the top as, you know, a giveaway for it being done. Let's open this up and have a look at the contents while it's still in its tray. Right, if you've ever had a Fray Bentos pie, then you will know that while the top is super, super crispy, there's a layer underneath the top, you know, going down a little bit. I'm dying here. That's still kind of soft and squidgy, and that doesn't mean you haven't cooked it properly. It just means that that is what Fray Bentos pies are like. They are an acquired taste, I guess. This really smells of beans, which, to be fair, you would expect, wouldn't you? Difficult to cut because of obviously the sheer brute force we put in to opening it. It's just... It's not massively filled. Let's turn that around. There would be the layer, I mean, see, look, crunchy, crispy, and then you got your second layer, and I've got a 3rd degree burn now, which is all squidgy and stuff. Totally smells of baked beans. I'm guessing that's well, there's Cumberland sausage. That would be black pudding. I can see beans. It's not the filling that I had hoped for. Right, let's get this bad boy out. This is going to be really, really difficult, I think. Or not. Right, well, while we've got that there, let's see if we can find all the component bits. This is what happens with Fray Bentos pies. Right. Black pudding. I'm guessing that's black pudding. I don't know what it was. It doesn't taste of anything. Sausage? Sausage. Do you know what that tastes like? I've got to try it properly now. I'll tell you what that tastes like when I get the rest of this off and we get it on the plate. Right, so this is basically what Fray Bentos pie looks like if you've never seen one. This is what they come out like, but we're going to have a bit of everything in. So that's definitely a very small cube piece of Cumberland sausage. And it tastes and has the same spongy consistency of the sausages you get in those all-day breakfast. I can't remember what they're called. Do I have one? I don't think I do. Hunger Breaks all-day breakfast. And Full Monty, is it? Tastes like that. The beans and sauce quite sweet, but also a little bland. It's not in the same, you know, ballpark as a you know, the sauce you would get in Heinz baked beans, or definitely nowhere near as nice as what you would get in Branston. I think that was bacon. I'm really not sure. It's not unpleasant though. It's not unpleasant. Let's get a bit of pie. I want pie. The whole thing is pie, Dave. I want to show you the pastry in these things is just. I need to get my fire extinguisher twice. Then you got the gooey bit. Like I said, this is always there. This is not a failing of me cooking it. This is always there. Oh, that was lovely. Arguably the best thing about these pies is topping. Pastry. Fire extinguisher of choice. I knew I had one in there somewhere. Regular, non-diet lilt. Excuse me. Right, so here's the thing. As you can see, I mean, there's still more filling in there, but these are, and then, as with any flavour, they're basically the pastry, the top, is what they're renowned for. They always come out like this, and they never come out like they would a traditional pie. Probably because, obviously, you can just slide the bottom off a traditional pie. Not so easy on this, but this is nowhere near as nice as their other pies. Nowhere near as nice. Probably because it's, in order to do an all-day breakfast, you will probably need more content in this, and obviously they're made to a price, these pies, aren't they? Excuse me. Sorry about that. Apparently the big fuck off sign on the door saying filming didn't work. But yeah, obviously the filling on like chicken and stuff like that is super cheap chicken, isn't it? So you can load in the filling. Excuse me, Windy Pops. Doing that for this obviously was, well, I guess, like black pudding and stuff like that, Cumberland sausage, not as straightforward to do for such a price. Would I recommend it? Of all their pies, I would say this is probably the blandest. It's not completely without taste. It's just, my God, the black pudding is spongy as tits. It's just, it's underwhelming compared to, especially their chicken and mushroom, which is banging, and their steak and kidney. Would I recommend it? I recommend that you try it at least once, or possibly look at this video and realise you don't need to, because I have. But yeah, I'm glad I've tried it, but I won't be buying it again. And it is probably the most underwhelming Fray Bentos pie. If you've never had one, I picked them up massively at the start of this video. And you're probably looking at this and thinking, my God, really? That's not what I was expecting. Yeah, like I said, try another flavour. Try this if you're desperately curious, but definitely try chicken and mushroom if you've never had one. But they are an experience, they are unique, but I feel that this is a bit of a letdown for them. Anyways, always I'd love to know what you think, especially if you've tried this. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later.